we got to talk to you after the game, but now that you've watched everything, have a better feel for some of the plays that were good and bad. Like, how did you assess overall first start of the season?
I would stick to the same tune I had after the game. I felt like there were 2, 3, 4 plays that you want to take back, and the rest of the game I felt pretty good about. Unfortunately, I can't take those 2, 3, 4 plays back, and those kind of define the results of the game, and that's why you work so hard, is to avoid those little plays.
There's a lot of talk about the offense changing when you went in. For the most part, while it wasn't read option at a pistol, I mean, are the play action from under center similar to the same plays and route concepts? And you just speak to how different or the same the offense was?
Yeah, at the end of the day, I think the offense is very similar. We're still able to run our concepts. The way we get to them may be presented a little bit differently, but I do not believe that if you talk to the rest of the offense, they would say it's changed. I think they feel like we're still running our base training camp offense, and we still carry that zone read possibility every week, and that's always something that could be called, just depending on what the situation dictates. But clearly against Atlanta, it wasn't something we used.
For you, how different is your preparation knowing that you're going to be starting the next 2 games, and how helpful is that?
Well, it's very helpful to get reps. I find that I walk off the practice field today and last week and have a much greater confidence as to my preparedness for that coming game because of the reps I'm able to get during practice. But as a backup, you still have to be ready. There's no excuse if you don't play well and have to go in. So you still have to be ready in that role too. You just don't have the reps that you need. But I do feel much more prepared because of reps.
Kirk, Rex brought this up after the game, how difficult it is for a young quarterback to go into these last couple weeks knowing that there's a lot on the line for you personally. I mean, you're showing what you can do, whether it's here, whether it's somewhere else down the road. Do you feel that at all? And do you have to put that out of your mind going into it to be successful?
I felt pressure from the day I was drafted just because you're an NFL quarterback and because there are a lot of people who would kill to have your job, and there are people who are chasing you for your spot. Current pros, college players, I've never felt like my job is something that I have locked up. So I've always felt that pressure, and fortunately I'm in a position right now where I'm not fighting to keep my job as much as my perspective is trying to fight to earn an even better opportunity, and I think that's a good spot to be in. But you certainly do feel the pressure, and it's not so much whether or not you feel it, because I think we all feel it, but how are you going to perform under it?
And this is, I mean, it's 3 chances for you. I mean, this wasn't guaranteed to happen, obviously. Do you kind of look at that and say, I do have to take advantage here? Or do you just say, you know what, there'll be other opportunities too? You can't look at it put that much on 2 games.
Well, at the end of the day, you have to make the most of your opportunities in this league, and you never know when your next chance is going to come. And I also feel like you're only as good as your last performance, is the way I've always felt about my career. So I want to put a good product out there every Sunday, but I do know that walking off the field against the Giants in a week and a half, whatever I've done over these last 3 weeks, specifically most recently, is going to be how people remember me going into the off season, and I want that to be a positive thing.
Hey, Kirk. This is supposed to be Dallas week, which is usually a really big time around here. But there's this swirl, this cacophony of noise coming out of Redskins Park. Are you able to find excitement or interest in the fact that it's Dallas week, and how do you put that noise out of your mind?
Well, for me, I really do believe that it's about our fan base, and our fans want nothing more than for us to beat Dallas. That game means so much to them, especially here at home. Dallas has a lot on the line. It is a major rivalry game. I've played in a lot of rivalry games before, and it's a great opportunity to go into a rivalry game and get a win and give our fan base something to feel good about. So there is a lot to play for.
Does it feel odd, though, that really it's taken us this long to even talk about Dallas? Does it feel odd to you that, it almost seems like most people don't care about that. We care about all the leaks and the rumors and the other things.
No, you can care about whatever you want to care about. We kind of put Atlanta away on Monday, and we're focused on Dallas now. And I'll answer whatever questions are asked. But it is a big game for us.
Yeah, going into Atlanta, the Falcons had not even a whole lot of preseason film because you got hurt, missed a lot of time. Now they've got, and then plus the quarter against Kansas City. Now Dallas has, a pretty more substantial, a better book on you, so to say. Is that something you're aware of? Is it something you're concerned about?
At the end of the day, I feel like they're going to have film on you. They know their opponents. They had plenty of film on me from last year and really from this year too. They know what we would want to do in this system with a guy like me. And I don't feel like we caught Atlanta off guard. I don't feel like we were going to catch Dallas off guard. I think that it's about executing. It's about not beating yourself and controlling what we can control and doing it at a high level, and that's what we're working to do on Sunday.
Kirk, Mike said the other day before the Atlanta game that he thought, hey, if you had a good 3-game stretch here, maybe they could get a first-round pick for you. When you hear something like that, what is your reaction and how do you process that? Because obviously you're here, but we all know that you kind of want to start at some point soon in your career on a regular basis.
Yeah, I'm living in the present. I got enough to worry about here and now. We didn't get the win on Sunday, and so I'm hungry for a win. And whatever may come down the line this offseason, 2 years from now, beyond that, it's just not something that I'm going to spend a lot of time being concerned about because I have enough to worry about here in the present, and that's beating Dallas and putting on a good performance.
Kirk, London Fletcher just announced that he's 99% certain this will be his last home game. What kind of motivation do you think that will be in that locker room to send him off with sort of a worthy performance?
We would love to have him walk off that field for the last time, if it will be his last time, with a victory. We all respect and admire London, and he's a great leader in our locker room and has shown all of us what it means to conduct ourselves like a professional on and off the field. And I think it would mean a lot to London to get a win, but I think it would mean a lot to us as his teammates to send him off with a win.
Sorry. When you got to watch the film, obviously you took accountability for the interceptions. Was there anything that you thought maybe you did differently than what your reaction was Sunday after the game when you had a chance to go back and watch it?
I'm always going to be hard on myself, and when I go back and watch film, I'm going to be hard on myself and say, what could I have done better to prevent the loss? And when you look at it, the 2 interceptions, certainly I could have thrown the ball to a more advantageous location to get the ball completed. And then on the 2-point conversion, I would have liked to have thought that on an off-schedule play, we still have a high likelihood of completing a pass from 3 yards away. And when I'm in a situation like that, again, I want to be prepared to be able to turn that into a completion rather than incompletion.
Thanks, Kirk.
All right.